Gato Perro back with another review, continuing with the DC Collectibles Arkham Knight series. This time it's figure number 3, the Scarecrow. Already looking hella creepy inside, looks really cool already. The box looks the same throughout, but on the side we do get a schematic of Scarecrow in this nice orange color. And on the back we get the figures again. And that just about covers the box. Now we're going to take a look at Scarecrow. Alright, so this Scarecrow is really interesting. His design in the game is phenomenal, and this figure captures it just perfectly. There are a couple of things that I noticed that are a bit different from the game, but I think it looks just great. I think the new design is much better than the one we had in Arkham Asylum. It's really creepy. It matches, I guess, the backstory of him coming back for his redemption against Batman for having him, just basically be destroyed by Killer Croc. And all the damage is visible on the figure from his experience with him. And it just looks great. And then there's a lot of, loose parts. I don't mean articulation ways, but there's a lot of gummy, extra little bits of plastic that are hanging off the figure on purpose to just basically help the figure just pop a lot more. Just because, for example, there's the hood already, it is a separate piece. It is attached to the head itself, so when you spin it, it goes along with it. It's not like it's attached to the torso, but you can peel it back and you can see his bald head right there. And he does have a really creepy, ghoulish looking face, which looks fantastic. You can see the stitching in between his mouth. I'm guessing that's probably to hold up his jaw. And I don't know, maybe this little, his gas mask things, they probably got melted onto his face. Who knows? It's just terrible, but it looks awesome in figure form. There's a lot of black shading on the sides and all around the, the skin colored. Although there's some parts where it just transitions into this white skin, for example, on the neck. And then towards the ankles right here, you can see much more of a whiter color. I don't know if he is like that in the game or not, even towards, at the end of the fingertips on the gloves. It has that same color, so, I guess it's just basically his face mask melted onto his real face. But yeah, a really creepy, nice looking, white pupils and everything just helps him create this illusion of just this monster. It just looks, I don't know why, I wouldn't want to meet him in real life is all I'm trying to say here. And then again, some other loose parts. This chest piece is much different than the actual design. I think in the game, the canisters are actually supposed to go more towards around his stomach region instead of up here towards his chest. And he does still have the little, I think it's called the noose, something like that. The thing you used to hang yourself from trees and stuff like that is still around his neck. And I think it's supposed to be over his chest piece, so I might have to get that out later. But basically, I think his whole body is the fear toxin, because all of these tubes. You see, we follow this one right here attached to his face mask. It goes all the way up to his back and it just plugs in right there. So I don't know what that's about. Even the ones right here with the canisters of yellow right here all go in towards his body, wherever that goes to. And a lot of nice detail right here on this much softer rubber piece with a lot of little bolts, some extra technology looking stuff. Looks really cool, worn out a little bit. And then across the entire brown sections of his costume, it's all made to look like it's all stitched together out of some kind of potato sack or something. Again, looks really nice. All this little nice paint has been well applied on there. Some other ripping areas. And yeah, it looks like he has a little bit of a belly. And then his glove section looking all Freddy Krueger-like. Really awesome looking. Really, the orange paint is well done on there. Has a kind of a rusty look to it and kind of a bronzy-ish kind of look. Looks really nice. I don't think they were a problem when I got it out of the box, just a tiny bit, because I kind of had to place them. But I don't think they're too fragile. I think they're kind of easy to fix, just in case they come all loose or kind of warped. And this piece right here towards the elbow is different as well. A lot of torn sections, some belt buckles right there, or just some random straps going around. His hand is positioned like this, forever, or at least just it's stationary like that. He does not have a hinge; it just swivels side to side. Which, I guess for his posturist, it kind of matches. So, speaking of posture going down towards his legs, his left leg is completely inside of a knee brace, completely destroyed. But ironically, it's the side that has the thigh swivel, while this one doesn't. Again, another one of these strap pieces right here. And then this knee brace towards the here, when it goes towards the ankle, is his own piece. So I think that's been attached separately. And even over here towards the end of the shoelaces, you can move that around as well. Really dirty shoes. And then right here towards the ankle, it is impeded by articulation because of the purpose of the design, where it is this extra strap that goes on and attaches to the actual knee brace. So a lot of really nice detail and accurateness to the game with this figure, and absolutely love how it looks. So for articulation, I already showed his head is attached with the hood, so you can move it up about there, down, really good, side to side, just fine. Ball joints to go out that much. They rotate forward. He does have a bicep swivel on this side. It is below the buckle. And it does have a single jointed elbow. but I'm not too sure if it rotates on a ball joint of itself, because I can't, because it's kind of stuck and I don't want to force it. But on this side it does, I think. Nope, I don't think it does. So I think this is its own separate elbow joints. He does have a wrist hinge on this side and this side as well. He does have an abdomen at the bottom, or an abdomen joint at the bottom where it kind of swivels, so I guess it's a ball joint underneath that. It goes down that much, back just a bit, back to normal. His thighs are able to go forward that much. They can do the splits. Surprisingly, he can go out that far. He does have a thigh swivel on this side, as I mentioned before, not on this side. They both have single jointed knees, bend in exactly as much as they do. The knee brace does not get in the way. His ankles on his right side do go all the way down. They go all the way up. He does have an ankle pivot as well, and again impeded on this side. And it does look like his left leg is a little bit longer than his right, but the ankle pivot does help him stand perfectly. The one accessory included is this ghoulish looking face right here, which is an attachable mask. It has a strap on the back, and it's mostly beige colored. It has some dry brushing going over it with some like little accents of red, or like a reddish brown going around. It even has some teeth, and it has like this wide open mouth and these really wide open eyes. And you can get it on the Scarecrow action figure itself by peeling back the hood, put it on, then having the hood go over the figure. And then boom, they are just placing it correctly with his eyes. And you know, it doesn't look too bad. It's obviously like out of scale, not really meant for like to be on the figure itself. I'm guessing this is probably some kind of a nightmare sequence that's going to happen in the game when Batman's under the influence of the fear gas or toxin. So a nice accessory, not really something I'll have him displayed with, mostly just without it, maybe in his hand as well. But we'll see once the game comes out. For his height, he stands really close to 7 inches tall. First, here he is compared to the Batman of the same width, and he is just a bit shorter as he should be. And Scarecrow, based off of the Arkham Asylum video game, so you can see he's a lot shorter in height, mostly because he is to be slouched and crouching over in this position forever, since he doesn't have any kind of knee joints or anything to help him out. So I definitely do like the new design better, and the choices they made for this figure, so that he isn't always stuck in one pose like a statue. So I like that a lot better. So that's all I have to say about this guy. I don't really have much negatives to say about him, mostly because I like how basically DC Collectibles didn't go ahead and like somewhat cheap out, because usually when we get any type of Batman villains that are usually like not physically imposing or like have any type of like any kind of combat abilities, they always gotta minimize their articulation down to like maybe just 10 points of articulation, like with that recent Two-Face we got. There's barely any mobility that is available to us, so we have a good amount with him. He's really good. I really love the design, as I've mentioned before. A lot of great detail goes into him, and at least they included the mask, so it's not just empty. And you know, I actually do think it's worth the price. I really do love this new look for him. So can't wait to see him in the Arkham Knight video game when it drops. This is it for the Gato Perro. He deserves a solid 8.5.